So we're still in the month of Nostalgia-ween, so Noe figures to talk about another Nostalgia-ween movie, and I, of course, would like to talk about the film that coined a phrase we never thought would be coined, and that, of course, is Jelly Side Down. Let's talk about Devil.
Jelly Side Down El Diablo!
When we watched it together, was that the first time you ever saw it?
Yes. That was the first and last time.
Isn't it amazing? It is
I'm not convinced it's not supposed to be a dark comedy. I'm almost convinced, like, no, this was a dark comedy all along, right? Like,
the biggest thing that, I don't know if everyone was saying it before we were saying it, but it was definitely like, this is a good idea to be trapped in an elevator.
And one of them's the killer. It's like one of those logic tests.
Yeah, it's like a Hitchcock idea.
Yeah, it's like 5 people are in an elevator, and then you give certain quirks, and it's like, and the lights go off, and one of them dies, and the lights go off, and another one dies. Which one's the killer?
Yeah. It's just a phenomenal idea for people that are claustrophobic, for people that are afraid of, who's, the best friend could be a killer or whatever. It's a great idea. And then you throw in the devil, which is just the one thing
El Diablo!
clearly doesn't belong here at all. Just erases all logic, anything, and just makes it totally insane. So it's like...
It would have been a great thriller.
It would have been a phenomenal, brilliant thriller.
I would have found it hilarious if Jelly Side Down guy was just 100% wrong and there was nothing supernatural at all. It was just some... And at the end of the fucking movie, they just look at him like...
Wouldn't have been a great twist. There was no devil.
What happened to El Diablo?
Or even talking about the devil, what if just the killer, just symbolically was like the devil? He was just everything that was evil. He's trying to turn people against him or something. Like, at the end, it was actually like someone that was like trying to make everyone else think. Or maybe, again, the guy that was watching them was kind of like the devil, but symbolically wasn't actually the devil. He just liked to see people tear each other apart or whatever. I don't know. There's so many other directions.
There's just no way to get the twist, because you just would have been like, oh, she's Satan.
Yeah, because, the devil can do whatever he wants or she wants or whatever, and it's just like, it's one of those things where it's like there's no deduction to it, there's no clues to it or anything, so
but
it's
didn't
not
you
something...
get it, Doug? The opening credits were upside down. Therefore, everything's upside down. Therefore, what doesn't make sense makes sense. Hence, this random chick's the devil.
Actually, the sad thing is I do kind of like this opening credits.
Actually, I do too. That was probably the best fucking thing in the movie.
It's so simple. Just turn everything upside down, but have the credits... straight. It's just like, that actually was kind of discombobulating.
That really was the best thing in the movie. Outside of Jelly Side Down.
I'm trying to think, the actors in this movie, there are definitely some very awkward actors in this, but not everyone is bad. It's not like a Shyamalan film where, everyone is just awful, and it's how enjoyably awful can they be. I thought, the last two it was down to... Actually, a lot of the people in the elevator are good. I think the guy that goes first, the obvious awkward jerk guy, is the only one that I'm like, you're not working for me. You're quite...
But he goes quick.
Yeah, he goes quick.
So
sometimes he could work, but...
honestly, for the most part, I don't have a problem with the acting in this. Probably because Shyamalan didn't direct it.
Yeah, maybe.
That saved it from the
awkwardness. But still, those ideas, it's still that dialogue, and...
I wish one of them in that elevator would have said, toxins?
The toxins?
No! You think I'm the devil? No!
So on the one hand, it is so funny. It is such an enjoyably bad movie, but on the other hand, I'm so pissed off because, somebody else now has to come up with this idea of people stuck on an elevator and it's a thriller or a horror film, but it's like, you gotta do something different because this movie did a lot of the good ideas, but too many bad ideas for it to, not work. So somewhere there has to be a good elevator movie.
It was so simple, it got so convoluted. It'd be like doing the movie Phone Booth, only in the last 5 minutes you find out it's actually the fucking TARDIS.
Yeah.
You're like, okay, well that would have been cool
if that twist would work.
Yeah,
that would really work.
Yeah, and here's the problem though, it would be awesome, but you've only got the TARDIS then for 5 minutes.
Yeah.
So for 5 minutes, it's cool, it's Doctor Who, and at the end. And I'm like, what the hell? Because I'm just like, okay, if it really is I don't know.
It was one of those where I was curious to see it because I love the idea, and then I was also like, but, it's Shyamalan, and it could be one of those so bad it's good movies.
What did you...
And I saw it with my wife, and we were just... laughing our asses off at this movie, at just the weird, dumb ideas constantly going on.
It's gotta be a comedy.
I don't think so. And as much as like Happening is a comedy, you know, I mean, it's those same weird ideas that just clearly don't work. It's like he's caught in this idea that it's like, you know, it's kind of like those Stephen King quirks that in his books he can make work. You know, even though a lot of them are repeated, he kind of makes them work, where in, like, Shyamalan movies, it's like he's pushing them so hard and trying to make them so quirky.
It's like a Neil Gaiman story, where it takes something so outlandish and puts it in the real world, but Neil Gaiman makes it work, and Shyamalan does not.
Well, Neil Gaiman, I think, has a sense of humor about it, where Shyamalan, you can't tell if he's supposed to take this serious or not. You know,
but they love me in France.
Well, I mean, that whole scene with the jelly side down, I mean, it's just, A, that's such a stupid idea, B, it's such a ridiculous example to use. I mean, how is anyone supposed to watch it and be like, whoa, yeah, it's pretty creepy. I think it's one of those things where kind of like these, again, I don't know him, but it's like, it feels like one of these egotistical writers that's trying to see if they can challenge themselves. Can I make toast scary? Can I make an elevator
Well, he did say that. Didn't he have some line about Pokemon?
Yeah, no, when he was talking, I can't find this quote, but I know that I read this. It was in that Newsweek article that proclaimed in the next Spielberg.
Go on, Lewis, like, he said it, it's out there, it's out there, go look for it.
But I can't find this article, but I know he said that he can take the story of Pokemon and make it symbolic of the Holocaust. He's that good. I know this line is out there. I just
and you know what kills me? Is you absolutely could do that, but I don't think he could. I'm like thinking right now, how would I do it? And I'm like, all of a sudden there was like a slot machine. It was like, ka-ching!
But here's the thing.
I got 1,000 ideas how you could do it. He couldn't.
But here's the thing. Again, the Jeff Goldblum, it gets so occupied thinking if you could, you never stop to think if you should.
Yes, no, you should not make a Pokemon version of Schindler's List.
Oh Christ, I'm already thinking of like just these little paws grabbing each other. I could have peeked more! I'm sorry, now I'm thinking about this. This Pokeball gonna save 3 Pokemon, 4 Pokemon, gotta save them all! I'm sorry, this is really funny. Shit! Somebody's gotta do this. Pika's list. Squirtle's list.
Can we just get a John Williams like soundtrack, like with a sad violin? You need me, I need you.
I'm sorry. This is what this movie does.
Pokemon.
To Devil's credit, this is what it does. It is so joyfully bad. It makes me giddy. It is a movie. I was so excited to review this movie because this movie, like, the review, like, we really had to throw in a bunch of, like, various effects and angles and stuff. I had to go in this elevator and do a lot of green screen, a lot of audio difficulties and stuff.
Jim J-Raz, my dad and I, like, did that Cthulhu mask.
Yeah, that was amazing.
Which, there were all these, like, mechanics behind it to make the...
And only 2 worked.
And by the time we were all done, because I think it was... We painted it, and the paint, like, dried up and made it so that...
It didn't move as well.
Yeah, for all of this thing, it was originally supposed to be like... And instead it was like...
It still looked pretty cool.
Yeah.
I've used it, like, one other time.
You know, we had Santa Christ in there, and it was really fun for me, because for the first time I got to... Probably wasn't for the first time, but I really got to play Santa Christ, like, out of character.
Probably
like, he
the
was
funniest...
really grumpy and surly.
I think the funniest deliveries of Santa Christ lines ever.
Don't make me poke you full of ho-ho-hos!
I'll spill your sweet red life juice all over the elevator floor!
Don't make me gut you like a baby seal!
Oh my god.
Oh my God.
And what I like that everybody points out is that we actually had a better twist in our review than the movie did. Everyone was like, actually, it makes sense why Santa Christ would be like that. That makes sense why the devil would be that character. That makes sense.
Because I wasn't really Santa
And because
Christ.
the movie showed that a dead person could come back, there's a twist there, and then there's another twist at the end. There's like 3 twists in our review, and they all kind of work.
It's very liberating, because Santa Christ is so nice, but I love it when the veneer, like the wall comes down, and he kind of like
we give him a dark side.
Yeah, like, because every once in a while it's like, well, what I remember, like, so many fans were pissed off, like, with the Sega Genesis bit, where you're like, oh, I already got one, and I'm just like, I came all the way here through a hurricane, and I'm like, here. So it's like, and people are like, Santa Christ wouldn't do that. I'm like, I'm Santa Christ. I'll tell you what he'll do.
It shows that he's human, which I kind of like.
No, he's human. Every Santa Claus, like every mall Santa knows. Every once in a while, you snap a little. I mean, even Jesus was turning over tables and
the
throwing out
marketplace.
at the market when they were trying to sell shit in his father's house. And he's like, I cast ye out.
You come into my house and sell your bling. So yeah, like I said, this movie, I still recommend it. It's just
it needs to be
so
seen.
enjoyable.
It's so incomprehensible. It just.
But I don't know. It's the kind of stupid that doesn't make you mad. It makes me giddy. It makes me giddy with laughter.
Like The Happening.
Yeah,
like it's very sort of like if you enjoyed The Happening as a comedy, like the Devil's right up your alley.
I say, unlike Happening though, Devil again can have some good ideas, can have some good acting, can have some good angles and stuff. They make that elevator very claustrophobic and stuff like that.
How bored is the Devil? Because I'm just thinking,
what an awful setup plan.
How does time work in this? Does he do this for everybody?
Yeah, there's gotta be a lot of bad people out there to, I gotta speed this up. I don't know.
The theology behind this, I just don't understand.
Well, I think that's great also having the Devil in the elevator in our version too, so we can ask him questions and stuff like that. But it's not actually the Devil, that's why he's defending it, and that really is one of our best reviews, the more I think about it. Like, I'm just looking back, like, wow, like, everything, just kind of worked.
And the late Rachel, God rest her soul.
Yes, but that wasn't Rachel either, that was Cthulhu.
True. Very true.
She's not dead, by the way. So many. Oh my God, Rachel Deeds in the scene. That
I'm gonna get an angry phone call from her. What the fuck?
Yeah, because she clearly do that. A very angry person.
No, she wouldn't. We'd probably talk about like the Silmarillion again. She's like some sort of Tolkien geek. People don't know that about her, and she's I never would have assumed it about her. But like she's like Stephen Colbert. She and I were going like toe to toe.
She's like Tamara. She sees no movies at all, but out of nowhere, she is like a diehard, like one of the most diehard Tolkien fans.
Can name all the Valar.
Yeah. Like,
and the Maiar.
Shit that most of you Tolkien geeks probably don't know. Like,
Speaks fluent Sindarin. Quenya crap.
But like nothing else geeky. Like nothing else traditionally geeky. It is only Tolkien stuff. That's like the one thing she's like totally obsessed with. So yeah, she digs talking about all that. So yeah, I'm trying to think what else with this movie.
I don't know. It's kind of like, I don't know what you talk about except just to say it's insane.
Yeah, but it's so happily insane. I really enjoy watching this movie.
It opens with a suicide. I thought that was a good metaphor for Thunk. I'm like, okay, well, there we go. Like, that's the message the movie's gonna send us.
I kind of feel bad when...
Abandon all hope, ye who enter here. Just jump.
Again, I kind of feel bad when somebody has an idea that's a good idea and a challenging idea. Like if somebody was to say, I can film a whole movie inside a coffin, a guy trying to get out of a coffin and stuff. It's like, and some people are like, can't be done. And to me, anytime I hear that, I'm like, try it. See what happens. I bet this can be done. And it was done. It was done very well.
And the same thing with done, he just can't do it.
Yeah, it's one of those things where it's just, that's kind of infuriating because it's like, damn it, this was good. This was a good idea, but then you have to throw in the Devil for no damn reason. And
I wish he just wrote it as like a treatment, handed it to a student, like, that's a great idea. Send it off to someone else to rewrite it.
Probably should do that, honestly, because at the very base level of
like
his
Lucas.
ideas, they're not that bad.
It's like Lucas, great idea guy. When it comes to the exexecution, that's where it's all.
Yeah, like he actually really looking back at his other ideas.
Together, do you think it would be like Gatekeeper Keymaster?
They either make the absolute worst thing imaginable, or like it actually turns out something good.
I think that would be extraordinarily dangerous.
I'm not leaning towards the good. I think it would turn out something bad, but. Yeah, I think it is one of those things where it's like he probably, if only he could be like a Disney Imagineer, like he'll come up with the idea and then hand it off to somebody else.
And give it to somebody with talent.
Yeah. But I guess I was just getting to that, there is something just so like, as infuriating as that is, that this probably will not ever be made into a good movie, at least while we're alive, because too many people are going to think of Devil.
And then laugh.
Yeah.
And then that will wreck the current movie.
they will still laugh. And I think this movie has brought a lot of joy to me, at least.
He gave us the gift of laughter, and that is a vocation.
Yes.
He heals with laughter. That wasn't his intent, maybe, but...
He'll heal the bad idea that he has given us. It's like it sort of destroyed it, but also brought new life to it in a strange way.
But in Europe, the kids love him.
The kids love him in Europe.
I just love that that's always his excuse. Like, well, in Europe, they love me. I'm like, that's great. You're making films for an American audience. Go to Europe!
So this is why there's going to be a Warcraft sequel. Didn't do shit here, but, you know, in China, it's like, oh, good God. So, yeah, I mean, well, like I said, I don't... In a strange way, I do look forward to his films.
I mean, it depends.
Visit was boring.
So boring, yeah.
Oh, no, not Visit. Village.
Yeah, Village was boring.
Visit was a lot of fun.
They're so insane that, like, Lady in the Water was pretty fucking insane.
Yeah. This new one coming out with, Xavier, I forget his name, young Xavier. McAvoy. Looks so
James
stupid.
McAvoy.
Yeah, James McAvoy, you know, just looks so stupid, but so over the top, I'm excited. Like, Shyamalan directing him, you just see this performance and you're just like, no, this can't work, but it's so not gonna work in this beautiful way, in like a Mark Wahlberg way.
We need more like that sort of craziness of like the happening and stuff, and not like After Earth.
Yeah, After Earth.
That hurt.
Yeah, After Earth was more
so boring.
Some of the lines
and the acting
were enjoyably
was so
bad,
stiff.
and some of the ideas were laughably bad. But it's like, yeah, it was more dull and slow and stuff like that. Where something like Devil or Happening,
for a movie with a character called Cypher Rage, it lacked a little passion. Just saying.
So, yeah, I think that's about it. If you haven't seen our review of it, definitely check that one out. A lot of people say it's like one of our best ones, and I really enjoy it too. I think it's really well done.
Do it for Santa Christ.
Yes, and it just has like half our favorite characters in it. And go see the movie. The movie is really fun in how ridiculous it is.
Support the good shitty Shyamalan.
Yes.
Not the bad shitty
Not
Shyamalan
the Village,
films.
not the After Earths, but the Happenings and the Devils and, yeah, so... Go check it out. Go check both of them out. Even if you watch our review, go see the movie. There's other stuff we couldn't get to because obviously it's a review and it's very, very funny.
And you know what? Make it a theme night. I'm thinking some devil's food cake and some toast with jelly.
Yeah. Throw it up in the air, see what side it lands, and
then eat it.
Yeah. Off the floor. Because that's what the devil would want you to do.
El Diablo!